Alright guys, I'm going to do a real quick tutorial on how to make a signature. Now this specific signature is going to be for a marketplace thread, or a signature that goes with the thread, and I'm probably going to do pizza. So and this will be a good start to people on League forums who want to make their own signature, like how to start, what dimensions, all that stuff. So for the dimensions based off of Leak and probably any other forums, because I tried on other forums and it actually works out. So for the dimensions, I use 750 by 187. Now these dimensions are good in different ways because it's to a point where there's other signatures that are so big that you have to scroll down. With these, you don't have to scroll down to see the rest of the signature. It's not too wide, it's not too high in height, and it's overall a really good dimension. So I'm gonna start that. Alright, so for this signature, there's gonna be a part where the logo is and the info, maybe a title, maybe a click here button. Very simple and very generic marketplace stuff. So first I'm going to start out with the rectangle here, and I'm going to use the warp tool to give it some flow, give the design some life, I guess, and boom, that's it. Look, this is where our logo placement is going to be. So this could actually be universal for other stuff people do. For example, oh, you do an Amazon refund service, so you put the Amazon logo here, maybe make the background grayish black or something, you know. But for this instance, we're going to use a Domino's logo, and I already have the Domino's logo vectorized, so it's clean on the signature, so we're not using no pixelated junk. So I'm just going to place this here. Now, sometimes it's kind of difficult to work with logos that have color already in them. For example, if we made this rectangle red, it would bleed through here. If we made it blue, it would bleed through here. So the only thing we have left is white, which will probably look good. So we're gonna go to the rectangle tool. That's where you can change the color, and then you make it white. It actually looks pretty good white. So since it's pizza, let's add a pizza background. Yeah. Pizza. Honestly, don't like Domino's. It's pretty shit. I like Papa John's. Here we go. Alright, so here you have 3 layers. This is a logo, rectangle. I don't know why I'm saying this, because it should be pretty damn obvious. And then you just move this underneath. Alright. So when we start putting text, I mean, yeah, it's gonna bleed through the image and we're not gonna be able to see it that well because the highlights are too bright. So what we're gonna do is, first let's organize this. Let's put the logo and this rectangle thing in a folder. Alright, so this is gonna be the layer on top of the pizza. So let's get a rectangle and put it all over this, and let's make it black, the darkest you can go. Now we're gonna put this on top of this layer, on top of the pizza layer, and then we're gonna lower the opacity a bit. Now we're gonna lower it to a point where we can see the letters, and yes, we can. So let's try to make it balanced to a point where it's not too bright or too dark. And this is the best we're gonna get. So we could probably do something minimal or add like buttons and stuff, like a click here button and a title button and whatnot, but I'll try to keep it minimal, and if it doesn't look good, then I guess I'll do something else. So we're gonna put here BubbleBoy's pizza service. Yeah. All right. So I think it'll be cool if we had probably like a thing going on down here, like a button, not a button, but like a title slider thing going on here. So that'll actually be a pretty cool idea. So let's do that. So I'm gonna add this thing here. All right. So what I'm thinking about doing is, okay, so I have the rectangle tool here, and now we're gonna warp it just like we did with behind the logo, the Domino's logo. We're gonna warp this, and I want to make it do this. You know what? Instead of using the rectangle tool, because it's gonna be like edgy right here, let's use the rounded rectangle. That way we have smooth corners here. Now we can use the warp tool here. It'll probably come out way better. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do, I usually don't do this, but since I'm not going to make this any bigger, and this is probably the biggest I'll probably go with this, I'm going to rasterize this, and then I'm going to go somewhere randomly in the middle. It doesn't really matter where you go. Oops, I forgot I didn't select this tool. Gotta select the rectangular marquee tool. Then we're gonna go here, just somewhere random here. We are going to cut. I'm gonna delete this shit right here. And then we're going to mirror this side to the other side. So we're going to duplicate. Then we're going to go to edit, transform, horizontal. And then we're going to connect this shit like boom. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what is that shit? Did I move it down? Alright, cool. There we go. That's the shit we want right there. Alright. So let's group that in a layer so we know it won't separate on us. So we can't make it bigger, but we can make it smaller. So what I did here was I right clicked, and I'm going to convert this to a smart object so I don't have to worry about it being in a group there. So I'm going to put it out like this, maybe make it like that, you know, just play with it a bit there. And then boom, boom, put the text layer over here. That looks like a slide, like it's slid down there. Gonna fix it up here. There we go. Get her done. Shit. Fuck. Wait. Whatever. I don't care. Alright, and then now we're going to go here to blending options on the thing there, and then we're going to go to color overlay. I don't know whether to go with blue or red. We'll make this red a bit darker, well, pinkish looking thing. Yeah, it looks okay red. Get darker. That's nice. So there we go. That's like the title for it. We can add probably a drop shadow, but I don't want to. I don't know why. I just don't. So maybe we can do something like ooh, I have a great idea. So we have the background here and the text. Let's put that in a group. And I'm gonna move this over here a bit, so it's not really all over here. Now I'm gonna select this can be either the rectangle or rounded rectangle tool. I'm just gonna pick whichever way. So we're gonna make a, so here I plan to make like a menu looking thing here. Isn't that cool? So here it is, and let's make this blue. Oh shit, wait a minute. Okay, blue. But I'm gonna make it darker because it looks really stupid right now. Like a dark blue. Fuck. Yeah. Let's try adding a drop shadow. Maybe that'll make it look nicer. Lower the opacity a bit. Yeah, it's okay. It's weird because the red and blue look really weird together for some reason. It just doesn't appeal to the eyes. It's pretty harsh on it. It's pretty weird. But let's try changing the color of the rectangle using the blending options color overlay. That way we can see the color change in real time. So let's use this blue and let's try to find a blue that won't freaking hurt our eyes. Looks like we're not going to find a blue, so let's just use a dark red that plays with the red on top. So we're going to use the same thing here, but darker. Yep, yeah, I can roll with that. Alright, so here we can start putting shit. So let's make this smaller. And I'm gonna be selling medium. Oh, wait a minute. Let's make this left to right. So I'm gonna do medium pizza, large pizza, Pepsi, 1 liter, Sprite, 1 liter. And we're gonna do it like how they do it in the real menus. We're gonna put like freaking okay, and then we're gonna do $30 for a medium pizza, and $240 for a large pizza, and $2,000 for some Pepsi, and maybe $250K for a liter of Sprite. So look at that, we have a nice little cute menu here. And then we could probably add like a button here, or maybe like here on the side could go like a disclaimer or some extra information that you might want to add. But for now, I'll just work on a button. So let's group this information with this information. And wait a minute. Oh, whatever. So let's group this information with the background here. So let's move this down here. Now we have 3 different parts, of course. Oh yeah, we have to group these 2 here. Everything's nice and organized. Background, side, this information in here. Alright, so now we can get to the button. So let's start off with the rectangle tool, and we can make it any color for now. You could make any size you want, whatever you're comfortable with, because it can be changed later on. Now we're going to go to the ellipse tool, and we can just make a random circle here. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we just line it up towards the middle here. You basically just line up the sides, and you line up, and you can just make this whatever. Depends how curvy you want it there. And that's it. And then after that, you duplicate the ellipse. You didn't have to do anything there. I don't know why I did that. I'm just used to horizontal flipping everything, but you don't have to flip this. So once it's duplicated, you just hold the shift button and move it there. You put this all in a folder. And then with the blending options, you could change the color of the button. So let's change it to blue since we haven't used it yet. I want to keep it balanced with the dominoes. So blue. Fuck, I forgot how weird it looks. Yeah, blue is pretty fucked. I'm sorry. I'm not using blue. Damn it, I gotta use blue, man. It's just too much red on here. I'll just use a nice, there we go. Let's just use that blue. You know what? Let's add a stroke. Maybe a white stroke. But on the outside. It probably looks really trashy. Yeah, that does not look good at all with the stroke. Fuck it. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll just see how it works out. So we'll put the text here. We're going to put click here. Obviously they can click anywhere else on the signature, but it's just nice to have that UI feel. So it feels professional. Don't care if it's centered. So you just group the shape and the text. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And you know, click here. Now I feel like something has to just be here. So I don't even know what to add there. Well, whatever. Nothing's gonna be there. So yeah, I mean, this is just showcasing, you know, the dimensions that works best. What you can do if you were to do a logo, if you had a logo, if you had some information where you put your title, you know, how to make buttons, how to make different shapes for your signature. But I do want to show you a better one that's already made. So I'm going to open that up real quick so I could show you how that went down. Okay, so here's a thread design that I made for a customer. And here's the signature that I made. Again, it's the same dimension, 750 by 187, and it matches the thread design pretty well. And you can see the different shapes, how everything just blends in well together. The click here button, and then you know, you can use different shapes as in different ways. For example, like tabs here, a way to separate different, for example, here was the logo where I had the logo. It separates nicely into where the information is, and you know, each little thing is its own image here. So little clouds. I'm just gonna take away things here so you can see how this was layered. So here's all the information in the tabs. The tabs itself, you know, just use a round rectangle tool and copied it. And then here, there's regular text here. The button, same way how I made the button over there. Just use the two circles and the rectangle, then the click here. Title, the truck here, use the free vector online, and then I made these little parts here. and then here's like the split, 2 more little clouds, but I had to have it behind the truck because if these 2 clouds were up there, it would have been on top of the truck. So you know, the different layers go different places. And then the background. So yep, hope you enjoyed the tutorial, hope you learned something out of it. I plan to make a way more in-depth tutorial on how to make like animated SIGs, photo manipulation SIGs, cool stuff like that. Well, I'm done. Fuck, took forever. Shit.